Good morning and greetings, friends, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado, registered pharmacist number 12275. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and to your vitality and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 27 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure, because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system, it is designed on a divine basis to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that a miracle, this healing, renewing, regenerating system is really nothing more than business as usual. It is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you have a health challenge you'd like to have us help you with, we welcome your phone calls here on The Bright Side at 855-660-4261. If you have a success story, if you want to contribute to the conversation, questions about the longevity products, 855-660-4261 is your number if you want to get off your meds, your prescription drugs, and get on a good nutritional supplement program. We want to hear from you. 855-660-4261 is your number on The Bright Side. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products that you hear us talk about on the program or that you hear advertised on the program, recommended on the program, please call the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. 866-735-2470. Make sure you ask about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine Multivitamin Mineral Complex Powder you add to water and drink. My personal favorite longevity product. I'm sipping on it as we speak. Stuff tastes great. It's a wonderful source of water-soluble vitamins, the B complex, your energizing vitamins, vitamin C for your collagen, for anti-wrinkles, for your blood pressure. Most folks will notice results like lower blood pressure, weight loss, appetite suppression within 1 or 2 doses. It's got fat-soluble vitamins, fruit and vegetable powder, and it's only $50 a canister. Folks, if you haven't tried this stuff yet, please give it a shot. You can find out all about it by calling the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, or you can head over to brightsideben.com. We got a shopping cart up with all the longevity products, and you can also click on the Join the Team link. Start yourself a longevity business. I'm personally looking for a couple business builders to help me build my longevity business. I can come out and do talks for you guys if you're interested. Call the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, or click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com. And make sure you check out my blog, pharmacistben.com. We update it regularly with news stories and blog posts. Just did a post on N-acetylglucosamine for skincare. And that'll be up hopefully sometime today if it's not up already at pharmacistben.com. All right, we're talking about peptides. We're talking about glutathione and cysteine and building connective tissue. Cysteine's that all-important hardening amino acid. If you have frizzy hair, brittle hair, thin nails, chances are you're dealing with a cysteine problem. Shampoo manufacturers, shampoo ingredient manufacturers will put cysteine in their ingredients, in their raw materials. You'll see cysteine in hair care products. It doesn't really work that great topically, but internally, if you have brittle hair, frizzy hair, thinning nails, wrinkles, you may want to consider getting more cysteine in your diet or more cysteine-containing foods, which are animal protein foods. We're going to continue talking about this in a little bit, but before we get into that, yesterday I felt kind of like I was kind of confusing when I was trying to simplify this whole subject of health and disease. That's what I'm really looking to do on the Bright Side program is simplify. Simplify, simplify, simplify. KISS, K-I-S-S. Keep it simple, stupid. Not that you're stupid or anything, but that's the saying. Keep it simple. And that's what I want to do here on this program, simplify the whole subject of health and disease, degenerative disease as best as I can. I get the sense sometimes I'm not doing such a good job, so I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about the basics of health and healing as I see it. I call it the bright side philosophy because it puts us back in control. It gives us control over our health. It puts us in control, and that's where we belong. The bright side philosophy is the good news. It's the gospel. Gospel meaning good news. The bright side philosophy is a liberating philosophy. It's a freedom philosophy that says when it comes to our health, we can take care of our own business ourselves. With the bright side philosophy, we're no longer beholden to a medical model that is just another branch of the disempowering, infantilizing, quote, make sure you ask your doctor, unquote, who's very likely bought and paid for by the global corporatocracy. We're no longer beholden, with the bright side philosophy, we're no longer beholden to this corporate medical model that at the end of the day could care less about whether you or your family or your friends or your loved ones live or die. That's the facts, my friends. And I've been involved in the medical model now for 30 years as a registered pharmacist and as an observer and as a researcher. The medical model could care less about its patients. It is a corporate model that feeds on dollars. Not love, not compassion, not health and wellness, dollars. And if you're participating in it by going to your doctor for a checkup, by going to your doctor if you have high blood pressure or you're sick in any way, by using prescription drugs, you are a patsy. You are fodder for this machine that will chew you up and spit you out. Whatever your health crisis is, folks, if you want to figure it out, there's only two things you need to know. And it doesn't involve a doctor or a pharmacist for that matter. You don't need a medical professional of any kind. You don't need any healthcare professional. You don't need a radio pharmacist like myself or a nutritionist or anyone else. If we have a degenerative disease crisis, whether it's cataracts, as we were talking to some gentleman yesterday, osteoporosis, God forbid cancer, heart disease, whatever, all we need to do is, number one, we need to understand the mechanism of the breakdown, how the body is breaking down. And number two, we need to understand the three things. There's only three things that we need to do to restore the body to its God-given state of wellness. God-given, divine, divinely mandated. The human body is a divinely mandated, healthy system. If we're not healthy, and by healthy I mean we don't bounce out of bed in the morning and we're thrilled and excited to just take a walk around the block, and we're thrilled and excited to start our day, because that's what health is. Health is not the absence of disease, folks. Health is vitality and a zest for life, a passion for life when your body is working perfectly, and that's our divine, the divine mandate. That's the present. That's the gift that we get. If it's not happening, we're doing something wrong. If we want to figure out how the body is breaking down, we've got to get down to the most microscopic level, the individual unit of life, which is the cell. We've got to use our Superman magnification vision, our imagination, if you will. If you've been diagnosed with cataracts, which is a cloudiness of the lens, it means you have an eye cell breakdown or an eye lens cell breakdown. If you have osteoporosis, you have a bone cell breakdown. Crohn's disease, intestinal cell breakdown. See where we're going here, folks? We don't want to call it Crohn's disease anymore. We want to call it intestinal cell disease, intestinal cell breakdown. We don't want to call it osteoporosis. We want to call it bone cell breakdown, bone cell disease. This puts the power back in our laps because it's our cells. When we nominalize or name something, when we name a disease, we lose our power. All of a sudden we're condemned. But when we break it down to its fundamental unit, causal unit, where this breakdown is occurring, we put the responsibility back where it belongs. We take the responsibility ourselves. You don't have acne, you have a skin cell and an oil-making cell disease. Sebocytes and keratinocytes, if you want to be technical. Name a disease, you are going to find a distorted, dysfunctional, broken down cell. Now, you don't really need to know what the cell is. You just need to know this. All disease is cell disease. All degeneration results from sick cells. So what do you do now? How do you address this? All right, hang tight. We'll continue when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this.
Hello, it's Tom Chenault from The Tom Chenault Show. We are experts in home-based business and residual income. We show people how to make money from their home, either part-time or full-time, and in partnership with Genesis Communication Network, we've organized a team to fight back about people not having money, time, or health. And we need your help. What we want you to do is, if you've got an interest in building an organization to fight back against people taking our money, taking our time, and taking our health, we want to talk to you. All you need to do is call this number, 855-308-8326. Again, all you want to do is call 855-308-8326. You can make a tremendous amount of money and end up fighting for a great cause. Please call us right now.
Do you know how much the dollar has lost in its value against other currencies in the last 90 days? Ever think about how inflation will change your life, your savings, your retirement plans? Remember inflation in Zimbabwe, Argentina, the Weimar Republic? Put another way, who cares if your investments go up 10%, but you lose 40% of your purchasing power? Gold is the only monetary asset as no one else's liability. Gold still buys the same amount of stuff it always did. Gold does not require trust in a third party. You can possess it in your hand. You can take it with you. Gold is real money. Gold is honest money. My name is Daniel Larson from Midas Resources. To find out how you can protect your savings and roll over your IRA funds into precious metals accounts, please call me at 800-686-2237, extension 134. That's 800-686-2237, extension 134. 800-686-2237, extension 134.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, listen carefully. Sweeping changes to IRS policies will help more people than ever eliminate their tax debts once and for all. And now, thanks to Dan Pilla, you can get the tax help you need to end your tax nightmare.
Hi, I'm Dan Pilla. I've helped thousands of people reduce or eliminate tax debts they couldn't pay. And after more than 30 years of experience dealing with the IRS, I can tell you there's no such thing as a hopeless tax case. With the IRS's new policies, it's easier than ever to put your tax debt behind you once and for all. Call now at 800-346-6829 to learn how I can help you. You know your IRS debt will not go away by itself, but you don't have to live in fear anymore. Call 800-346-6829. Learn how I can help you eliminate wage and bank levies, release tax liens, and negotiate a settlement with the IRS that will put your tax nightmare behind you forever. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to my website, taxhelponline.com. That's taxhelponline.com.
Free from the shackles of corporate America, we're the place for independent thinkers. GCN.
What is up, America? I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for being here on the bright side. We're here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on our archive page at brightsideben.com. If you miss a program or you want to review a program or you want to direct one of your clients or loved ones to a program, head over to brightsideben.com, or you can check out the archive page at benfuchsarchives.com. Thank you, Peter, in the UK, for putting that up for us. And I think that has a search engine on there as well. You can search for any topics or particular shows that you may be interested in. For you guys who want to join my team, the Brightside Ben team, make some money selling longevity products and help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program and get your longevity products at the wholesale price, you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Or you can click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com. Of course, you can also purchase products by calling the Brightside Ben phone team or by clicking the pull-down menu at brightsideben.com. All our products are up, including my personal favorite longevity product, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Okay, we're going to continue talking about proteins and amino acids, and specifically cysteine here on our next Brightside episode, but I felt like I was kind of muddying the waters a little bit when my intention was to clear this whole subject up of health and degeneration and disease. If you got a degenerative disease, you got a cell disease. All disease is cell disease, but that's just theory. What do you do? What can you do if you have osteoporosis, acne, eczema, Crohn's disease, whatever? All right, well, keeping in mind that osteoporosis is bone cell disease, acne and eczema are skin cell disease, Crohn's and celiac and IBS and ulcerative colitis are intestinal cell disease. Whatever disease is whatever cell disease. Keeping all this in mind, we need to focus on the cell. Unfortunately, most of us, including healthcare professionals, have no clue about the phenomenal intricacies and nano-architecture of a cell, the details of a cell. If your healthcare professional, your doctor, your medical professional is trying to treat your arthritis or your osteoporosis or your wrinkles or whatever degenerative disease simply by using drugs or devices or surgeries or even an herb or even a nutritional formula of some kind, and they're not addressing the dysfunctional cell at the root of the degeneration, at the root of the degenerative crisis, this is a healthcare professional who doesn't understand the nature of a cell or its relationship to the disease process. And this is why our healthcare system is a complete failure, utter and complete, with the exception of heroic medicine, which is when you get patched up, if you get hit by a car. Medicine is a failure, friends. It's a complete failure. Yes, I know that our life expectancy has increased to maybe 75 or 80 years over the last couple of decades or so, but our degenerative crisis, our years spent living with degenerative disease, have increased as well. Yes, we're living longer, but we're sicker. The point isn't to keep us alive longer. The point is to keep us healthier longer, and in this regard, the medical model is a failure. F. It gets an F. Tell that to your doctor. It gets an F. An F on its report card. Even alternative health, for that matter. Even chiropractic and naturopathy, which is a little bit better. It still gets an F, with the exception of manipulation, perhaps. Why? It's because all of us in the healthcare world are treating at the macro symptom level, the clinical level, the doctor's office level, not at the cell level. Doctors can't help us at the cell level. They can only create changes symptomatically. We use antihypertensive drugs. We use antihypertensive herbs. Even antihypertensive nutritional formulas, instead of addressing the messed up cells that are at the foundation of our sickness. So you say, okay, I want to work at the cell level. What do you do? Great question. That's the question. How do we work at the cell level? Now, keep in mind, we're zooming in at the microscopic, infinitesimally tiny world of a cell. What do we see? Zoom in. Superman magnification vision. Zoom in. Look at your arm. Zoom in. What are you going to see? At this level, if you zoom in closely enough, you're going to see a cell and you're going to see stuff around the cell. I call it cells and stuff. If you prefer, you can think of it like raisins and bread. Cells and stuff, raisins and bread. Now, when I say all disease is cell disease, what I mean is at the tiny level of a cell surrounded by stuff, the cell has become distorted and dysfunctional. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do. A cell is possibly the most complicated and intricate and tightly regulated and awesomely complex entity in all of creation. It is producing and pumping out thousands of chemicals, thousands of different chemicals every second. It has millions, listen guys, millions of working parts, all in the space of 1/100th the size of a head of a pin. It's all structured and nano-architected in the most precise and tightly regulated fashion. And all this precision and intricacy requires energy. And the energy comes from nutrition, and the energy comes from oxygen. And it also requires cleanliness and detoxification. The only reason a cell, this intelligent, sensitive, finely tuned, conscious, and perfectly structured and organized entity, the only reason this system breaks down is because it is deprived of energy via starvation, via suffocation, via toxification. And friends, that's it. Starved, suffocated, and toxic. And once a cell becomes dysfunctional, the body walls it off. It tries to eliminate it. Sometimes the cell itself, once it becomes dysfunctional, will commit suicide. Biologists call it apoptosis, cell suicide, apoptosis, apoptosis. Cells kill themselves. Or the defense system of the body will kill the cell. Or it will surround the cell. And all of this killing and surrounding and suicide, all of this creates residual damage, collateral damage, friendly damage, which leads to more dysfunctional cells and more inflammation and more distorted cells and more starvation and toxification and suffocation. It's a downward spiral. Eventually, it's not just one cell. It's not just 100 cells. It's not just 1,000,000 cells. It becomes millions of cells. And then tissues become affected, and then organs become infected, and then we say, oh my God, I was just sitting here watching TV, and all of a sudden I got Crohn's disease, and all of a sudden I got arthritis, and all of a sudden I got osteoporosis. And then what do? We go to the doctor, and we say, help me. But the whole process of inflammation, suffocation, toxification, starvation, cell distortion has been going on for decades. It's all starting and developing most fundamentally at the level of a cell. This is why formulas and drugs and herbs are so impotent. This is why doctors and doctoring cannot help us. This is why our longevity increases and our health decreases. This is why our lifespan is 80 years, but the years we spend with degeneration and breakdown increases too. It's because nobody is addressing the cell. Nobody is addressing the starvation, suffocation, toxification, and inflammation. The medical model can keep our flesh alive, but it can't keep our flesh healthy. But our bodies, via our biochemistry and our ability to repair and heal and regenerate, that we can do. The medical model, it can keep our flesh alive, but we're degenerating as our flesh is somehow being vivified. As our flesh is somehow being made to live, our bodies are degenerating. It's like Frankenstein's monster, where a being, this entity, which was dead, was somehow vivified and made to live. And this is kind of what medicine is like. Our bodies are dying, but we're forced to live via modern medical technology. We all know people are kept alive by drugs and surgeries, but their quality of life is such that they're pretty darn close to being dead. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got more to say when we come back from our break, and your phone calls as well. Don't go away.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right. General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Take delivery in spring. 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
Hi, this is Steve Sanchez, and based on a recent study, it was found that 57 million Americans had legal issues over the last 12 months, but only 60% of those studied sought out the services of a lawyer. Why? In a nutshell, affordability. Well, my friends at Legal Shield have created a solution that can help you not if, but when you need an attorney. For as little as $17 per month, Legal Shield will provide you unlimited access to qualified attorneys at an accomplished law firm for advice and counsel on legal issues no matter matter how serious or trivial. For over 40 years and with 1.4 million families across North America, Legal Shield can help you, the loyal GCN listener. Representatives are standing by now to answer your questions, so call them now at 1-855-340-SAVE. That's 1-855-340-7283, or visit them at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com.
In the U.S., 1 in every 50 homes will have a break-in this year. Burglars call it smash and grab. Police call it robbery. We call it avoidable. We are Fake TV, a simple electronic device that can fool even professional burglars. Fake TV easily plugs into any outlet and simulates the changing colors of a television. To a burglar, it looks like someone must be home watching TV, so they'll likely move on to an easier target. At only $29.95, Fake TV costs less than a month of most alarm monitoring plans and comes with free shipping. Order your Fake TV by calling 877-5-FAKE-TV or go to faketv.com. That's 877-532-5388 or faketv.com. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
Great news, pure water lovers. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has a special discount offer for all GCN listeners. You can't do better than a Big Berkey for economy. For only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. There's none better than a Big Berkey for emergency preparedness as a backup water source. And you just can't beat a Big Berkey to remove dangerous chlorine, all types of fluoride, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, parasites, and unhealthy byproducts from municipal water. Berkey water filter systems are even powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. For the gold standard in water filters, get a Big Berkey at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And all GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. For details, call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Now you can get the same survival food U.S. Special Forces use on their toughest field missions. High-protein, high-energy, freeze-dried foods known as long-range patrol rations, or LRPs. Soldiers love LRP rations. They're lightweight and easy to carry. Easy to prepare by just adding water. Easy to enjoy because they taste great. Civilians love LRPs as a solution for emergency preparedness and recreational activities with limited storage space, such as hiking, climbing, sailing, or RV travel. Veteran-owned Freeze Dry Guy is your exclusive source for this 2013 U.S. military overrun. Long on nutrition, these delicious entrees have a long shelf life, lasting decades. But this rare opportunity, this limited supply, will not last long. You have to act now. Call 866-404-3663, 866-404-FOOD, or log on now to freezedryguy.com, freezedryguy.com.
The nation's largest independently owned and operated talk radio network, the Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side. We'll get your phone calls here in just a moment, so hang tight. I want to finish this up real quickly. Actually, you know what? There's so much I want to say about this. It really is simple, you guys. If you got some kind of degenerative health crisis, cataracts, heart disease, osteoporosis, whatever, all we need to do is, number one, figure out how to address the cell. From a practical standpoint, we've got to break this downward negative spiral of inflammation. The first thing we got to do, we got to stop the inflammatory process. Now, keep in mind, I'm talking microscopic inflammation. You're not going to know you have it while it's happening. You'll know you have it when it reaches a crisis point, when it hits a threshold. But as it's percolating, as it's building up, you're not going to know you have it. It's microinflammation. It's the same kind of inflammatory process that happens when you have a swollen ankle or a black eye, but it's microscopic. It's invisible, and you don't know you have it. You don't even feel like you have it. It's the same kind of inflammation that happens when you hurt yourself, when you trip or fall or whatever, but it's happening at the level of a cell, 1/100th the size of a head of a pin. It's invisible, it's imperceptible, but it's real. And at the level of a cell, it has an impact. Inflammation means defense. Inflammation equals immunity equals defense. These are synonyms. That means if you want to stop an inflammatory, micro-inflammatory process from occurring, you got to figure out what the defensive response, what the body's defending itself is against. What is the cause of the defensive response? What is causing the defensive response? If you go to the doctor, your doctor's going to poison your defense system. That's what drugs are. They're anti-immune drugs, anti-inflammatory drugs. They shut things down. But the defensive system is just doing its job. It's defending us. We don't want to poison the defensive system. A 5-year-old could tell you that's dumb to poison the defensive system. We want to figure out what is activating the defensive system. That's the whole 9 yards, you guys. That's the whole shebang. Every degenerative disease you can name. As soon as you figure out what the body's reacting to and pull it out of the system, you're going to get better. Number 1, all disease is cell disease. Number 2, all disease arises ultimately by way of inflammation, microinflammation, immunity, defense. This micro-inflammatory process leads to starvation, suffocation, toxification, messed up cells, collateral damage, more defense, and on it goes in this downward spiral at the core of all degenerative disease. Disease that does not improve. That's what a degenerative disease is. A disease that does not improve. You have an activated defensive response at the core of your osteoporosis, cataracts, autoimmune disease, MS, whatever. At the core, you have an activated defensive response. And because the whole process of this downward cycle begins at the level of defense, to break the cycle, figure out what's causing the defensive response. You guys, I just broke the whole thing down for you in 4 steps. All disease is cell disease. All disease is caused by an inflammatory defensive response. At the core of all degenerative disease, this is 3 steps. At the core of all degenerative disease is a defensive response. Figure out what's causing the defensive response. Eliminate it. Eliminate the cause. You will get better. It's as simple as that. The defensive response is not really a problem per se. It's only a problem when it's chronically activated. When your defensive system, your immune system, this defensive response is chronically activated from a constant input, a constant influx of an offending agent, this defensive response is burning through nutrients. It becomes overloaded, which of course leads to more vulnerability and defensive weakness on other fronts in the body. This is how the whole degenerative crisis tumbles out of control. So number 1, figure out the defensive response. Quiet down the defense system, the immune system, by eliminating the triggers, the offensive triggers. This is the classic place where all disease begins. And then you're going to need to address toxicity via patching up the defense system, via patching up the digestive tract, via stabilizing blood sugar. There's a few more things, and we'll finish this up on our next Bright Side episode. Got a full board here, and I want to get to as many calls as possible. You guys have been holding for a while. We'll finish this discussion up. I really want to simplify this matter of health and wellness, and that's really what the Bright Side is about. It's about taking control by understanding what's happening in the body, and this whole thing requires a simplification, and that's what we're going to do on our next episode. Take your phone calls right now here at 855-660-4261. My buddy Truth Raider in Oregon. What's up, Carl? How you doing, bro?
Genius.
What's that?
You're a genius.
I don't know about that, but did you like how I simplified that?
Yes. Well, I have to give you props there. None of us are all geniuses in every facet of life, but in the area of health and nutrition, you're spot on.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Truth Raider. What's cooking? How can I help you?
You got it, brother. My dad was a doctor for over 50 years. He started as a physician and then moved his way up to becoming a psychiatrist. Huh. But he never gave half the information that you reveal to all of us and all the listeners out there. My dad, though, was a type of doctor, a blue-collar psychiatrist, I call him. He did try to help people psychologically and try to wean them off of drugs. He was the type of doctor that actually tried to teach his patients things. So,
well, that's what the word doctor means, right? Did you tell me that?
Yes, teacher.
Doctor means teacher, right? So what's going on? How can I help you today, Truth Raider?
Today, I had a couple things, but I know you only have time for one question at a time. I wish you had a 2-hour show. I think originally you had a 2-hour show, but you only have a 1-hour show now.
Back in the day, I was doing 2 hours.
Yes.
But, I was talking on the 2-hour show, I was talking about all this airy-fairy stuff, which is what I really love to talk about, but they told me not to do that because nobody would take me seriously. So I talk about health and science. I like talking about spirituality, really. That's my favorite thing to talk about. But the health aspect is really important, too. So I did have a 2-hour show, and then when I went on GCN, they suggested that I be more tangible and practical, and that's how I got into doing all this health stuff. But anyway, what's going on, bro? How can?
Well, yeah, you need it for all the questions. That way you can better get to everyone. But anyway, about Sweet and Low, the sweetener called Sweet and Low.
Yeah.
Is that an excitotoxin?
Saccharin. Sweet and Low is saccharin. And I don't know if it's classified as an excitotoxin, but anything that activates the sweetness, that sweet flavor, can have a certain amount of toxicity. I don't think it's classified as an excitotoxin, which is a chemical that jacks up brain chemistry. And I don't think a Sweet and Low is classified as an excitotoxin. You know, the guy who started the Sweet and Low company, his son wrote a really cool book about Sweet and Low and about how Sweet and Low started. And it's kind of interesting. I forgot the name of the book. I totally forgot the name of the book, but it's kind of interesting about the history of Sweet and Low, which is saccharin, and they make a lot of money on that stuff. But no, I do not believe it's classified as an excitotoxin. I got to move on. Truth Raider, is there anything else?
Yeah, just Truth Raider, time to get in your face with the facts.
I love it. Thanks, buddy. Be good. Talk again soon, Carl. Thanks so much. All right, let's see who's next. Brian in Massachusetts. Welcome to the bright side. What's going on, my man?
Hi, Ben. I have an issue with my mother, too. I've been following you, but
I got an issue with my mother, too. Join the crowd. No, I'm just kidding you. What's going on?
No, it's fine. My fiance is also a nutritional advisor, and she listens to just as much as I do.
Brian, I'm losing you. Speak loudly and clearly into the mic. What did you say about your girlfriend?
I was saying my fiance, she's also a nutritional advisor.
Nice.
Right, but she doesn't listen to either of us. So she wants somebody that has the title of a pharmacist. And I think that you could probably help me out here.
You know, you're cutting in and out, Brian. I don't know if you're on a speaker or what the deal is, but if you got me on speaker or something, get me on.
Ben, am I losing you?
Yeah, I got you better now. Go ahead. What's your question, bro? Brian?
Ben, did I lose you?
No, we got you. But speak clearly and we got to take a break now. When we come back, I'll get you first up, Brian, but see if you can get a question. Just frame it like a question, put a question mark at the end, and speak into the phone, and then we'll try to get to all our callers here when we come back. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You are listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. Got more good information, more good health information coming at you right after this. Don't go away.
You have all seen and heard about the elements of the periodic table. These elements are the building blocks of everything in the universe. You, my friends, are made from these elements. A shortage of any of these important trace elements can lead to disease. Go with the science and take the Lady Talk Health Challenge and get all 90 essential trace elements with a healthy start pack at LadyTalkLive.com or call 855-333-LADY. That's 855-333-5239.
Research shows it's not just what you put in your body that counts, it's what you put on it as well. Why not use an all-natural, healthy mineral-based makeup that actually benefits your skin? Once you experience the airiness and flawless coverage of Youngevity mineral makeup, you will never use anything else. With Youngevity, the perception of your complexion will be natural perfection. Animal-friendly mineral makeup at Mary Lou Health. That's MARILU Health.com or call 855-321-HEALTH.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curve appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, listen carefully. Sweeping changes to IRS policies will help more people than ever eliminate their tax debts once and for all. And now, I can help you reduce or eliminate your tax debts and end your tax nightmare. Hi, I'm Dan Pilla. I've helped thousands of people reduce and eliminate tax debts they couldn't pay, and after more than 30 years of experience dealing with the IRS, I can tell you there's no such thing as a hopeless tax case. And with the IRS's new policies, it's easier than ever to put your tax debt behind you once and for all. Call now at 800-346-6829 to learn how I can help you. You know your IRS debt will not go away by itself, but you don't have to live in fear anymore. Call 800-346-6829. Learn how I can help you eliminate wage and bank levies, release tax liens, and negotiate a settlement with the IRS that will put your tax nightmare behind you forever. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to taxhelponline.com. That's taxhelponline.com.
We are the premier independent talk radio network, the Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side. Brian in Massachusetts. What's going on, my man? Let's make this put your issue in a form of a question. Put a question mark at the end of your statement. Okay, what's up?
You bet. All right. My mother has problems when it comes to severe dandruff. She's going to a doctor who keeps prescribing her different things to put on her hair as a shampoo.
It's not a hair problem. Dandruff is not a hair problem. All disease is cell disease. Dandruff is a cell disease. It's a skin cell disease. Skin cells are not doing what they should be doing. Under ordinary circumstances, skin cells flop off the top of the skin. You don't even notice it happening. But when you have dandruff, the cells are not flopping off. And then instead of flopping off imperceptibly, they flop off in clumps. They don't flop off the way they're supposed to. They kind of clump up and then flop off. When you see a flake of dandruff, you're looking at thousands, maybe millions of cells, millions of skin cells. It's not just a flake of dandruff. It's millions of skin cells that are clumping up and then flopping off. Instead of flopping off as individual cells where you don't see them, they're flopping off in clumps. So what's causing these dandruff cells, these skin cells, to not flop off correctly? Well, what's happening is they're not dividing right. Cells are distorted and they're not communicating to each other effectively, and consequently they don't come off as well. They stick to the top of the head until they accumulate enough weight and then they flop off. Dandruff is like acne of the scalp. So acne is very similar to dandruff. In fact, many people have acne also will have dandruff. So what do? Well, when cells don't divide correctly, you're probably looking at a condition of fat condition, a lipid condition, a fatty acid condition, fat metabolism condition, fat digestion condition. And keep in mind that minerals require a healthy fat absorption system. So for dandruff, you want to focus on fat absorption and minerals. Number one, work on this is always the case, Brian, work on the digestive system, focus on how well the body handles fats. Use your fat absorption tools, fat absorption aids, apple cider vinegar after meals, the ultimate enzymes with your apple cider vinegar, lecithin after all fatty foods, the biolumin nightly essence. Probiotics, by the way, you guys, are very important for fat metabolism. I'm talking to a guy yesterday who's getting lipomas, which are fatty tumors. Same idea. Problems with fat metabolism. A lipoma is really the same kind of idea. Fatty tumor is really the same kind of dysfunction as dandruff. Fat metabolism. So for your mom, focus on fats. Use smaller amounts of fatty foods. Pre-process your fatty foods in a blender or smoothie. Grind them up in a food processor. Use bile salts. Bile salts very important for fat metabolism, obviously. Nutrients that support bile, things like choline, taurine, glycine. All of these will support bile making, if you will. Anything she could do for her liver is important. She has her gallbladder, I take it, correct? Brian?
Yes.
Okay, so that's good right there. But you understand what I'm saying? You're going to focus on fat absorption. Then you want to start using fatty nutrients. Vitamin A is a key player for helping with dandruff as well as with acne. 20,000 IU a day with all the fatty nutrients that or fat-supporting nutrients we just talked about, as well as fatty foods. 400 IU of vitamin E a day. Make sure she's getting selenium. Selenium is ridiculously important for so many reasons. This was one of the coolest things about Doc Wallach's books and his vision and his understanding of the body is he was one of the first guys to really understand, at least in a big way, the power of selenium. Selenium is so important for dandruff, by the way. They'll put it in shampoos like Selsun Blue. We'll use selenium. But you can make sure you're getting enough selenium by using the OPC selenium, 400 micrograms a day with her fatty foods. 50 milligrams of zinc picolinate a day with her fatty foods and all the fat metabolism supplements that we just talked about. And then the ultimate EFAs, ultimate essential fatty acids, are very important for all dandruff, acne, fatty metabolism kinds of conditions. Brian, if she gets on that program, she's going to notice results within days. Certainly within a week, she should notice some significant results, and I'd love it if you could stay in touch with us. Thanks so much for your call, by the way. Got to move on. Got a bunch of folks who want to talk to us. Let's see. Clint in Iowa, welcome to the Bright Side. What's up?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning to you. How you doing?
Pretty good. I spoke to you last week a little bit about statins and whatnot. Now, before you get all mad about talking about statins, okay.
Right. I'm going to take a deep breath because it does make me mad. All right.
Okay. What I wanted to do to point out and make, have you comment on it if you wish, is that my research has led me to omega-6 versus omega-3 fatty acid differential.
Okay. That falls under the category of a little knowledge is a dangerous thing, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay. Well, what I found was it seems like grass-fed animals, from being out in pasture, their content of omega-3 is considerably higher than grain-fed.
Absolutely. That's correct. Because grass is a great source of omega-3s and grain is a great source of omega-6s. So that is absolutely correct. That's one of the main benefits of pasture-fed grain is that it's going to be higher in omega-3s, and that's one of the benefits of real fish, not farm fish. Farm fish, they give them grains, and they're higher in omega-6. Real fish, wild fish, I should say, are eating algae, which is omega-3. Omega-3 is a plant type of fatty acid. It's found in seeds and grasses and algae as well. What was your question, though?
Well, it's not so much a question and then so instead of the statin deal, I've been taking a lot of flaxseed in my meals and stuff to hopefully help with the omega-3.
Flax seeds or flaxseed oil?
Flax seeds.
Okay, you're going to get a little oil in the seeds, and they're very important. You'll get protein, you'll get vitamins, and fiber, of course, but you're not going to get a heck of a lot of oil. You're not going to get a big dose like you would with the ultimate EFAs. So I would be using the EFAs too. You'll get some, though. Is it helping your cholesterol? Is that what you're going to say?
Well, I have to give it some time. I'm going to give it, 3 months and kind of this is what I'm trying instead of taking statin drugs.
You don't need statins.
The right way.
You want to lower your fatty acids are great, and I commend you for that. But the best way to lower cholesterol is reduce insulin. Lower your insulin. Number one strategy for reducing cholesterol is lower your insulin. Cholesterol is a building substance. Insulin commands the body or signals the body that it should be building. Insulin's a kind of growth hormone kind of substance. In fact, bodybuilders will sometimes use insulin to induce growth. Cholesterol is involved in growth. So when the body thinks it needs to be growing, which is what insulin tells the body, then it's going to start cranking out more cholesterol. Fastest way to drop your cholesterol is to drop your insulin, and of course that means reducing your intake of refined insulin-spiking sugars, and it happens really fast, within a week. Blood fats will drop, cholesterol will drop, weight will drop, blood pressure will drop, all from simply restricting or reducing your intake of insulin-spiking foods. Number one strategy. In fact, supplements like niacin that help you control blood sugar are well known for helping with cholesterol levels as well. And I don't mean to cut you off here, Clint, but I got to move on. Is there anything else that you want to say?
Is there anything in the BT 2.0?
BT is awesome. Yes, absolutely. Everything we just talked about is in the BTT, including the niacin. BTT is a wonderful source of the B complex. And the BTT, if you want just one product and you don't want to buy a bunch and you want to notice some results, and eventually you're going to want to buy a bunch, but you want to just start off, I would start off with the BTT, and yes, indeed, you will notice, you should notice results, lower cholesterol, lower blood fats, weight loss, appetite suppression, etc., by the time you're done with your first canister.
Well, I'm on the 2.0, and I'm on my second canister. I had the others, the previous, and now I'm on this one. So
there's a good chance you've already made an impact on your cholesterol.
Contrary to what's been going on, I don't really notice any weight loss, but that's not why I bought the product. I'm very happy with what's going on, but it seems
How long has it been? How long has it been?
45 days.
And how much do you need to lose weight? Are you very overweight?
No, I got the little gut thing going on,
Okay, if you just have a little gut, it might not be as dramatic for you. People who need to lose a lot of weight, they're the ones who notice the biggest results. I want to take one more call, and I'm running out of time, Clint. Maybe call back Monday if you have more to say. I'd love to talk to you some more. Okay, buddy?
Bye.
Okay. All right, let's see. We're going to take one more call in here. Let's go to Nigel in Canada. Welcome to the Bright Side.
Hey, Ben.
You got to move fast, bro, because we're going to run out of time.
Okay, I'm 34. I got acne outbreak and T-zone. I know it's supposed to do with testosterone, and I've had male pattern baldness for about
all
10 years.
related. It's all similar. Get yourself on 50 milligrams of zinc right away, number one. Get yourself on 20,000 international units of vitamin A. Number two, there's an important relationship between insulin resistance and testosterone resistance. If you have any problems with diabetes or blood sugar or insulin, and you'll know this by if you have a gut developing or if your blood pressure is up or anything like that, you're going to want to start to reduce your intake of insulin spiking foods. Very important. You may also want to try using nutritional supplements that help support insulin, that they will also support testosterone. And I'm thinking, like we were talking to our last caller, the B complex, especially vitamins B3 and B1 and B12 also, now that I think about it, also has a good blood sugar stabilizing effect, and that can help you with your testosterone too. Don't forget about essential fatty acids, omega-6s and omega-3s. I'd be using the Ultimate EFAs, and do all of this with meals, your vitamin A with meals, your zinc with meals, your EFAs with meals. All of these require fat metabolism, the fat metabolism system, the fat processing system. And if you do it, all these supplements with fatty foods and fatty meals, it'll improve absorption. And if you use the digestive enzymes along with it, the ultimate enzymes, that will help too. Wish we had more time, Nigel. It's just, that's all we got. And you have to call back on Monday if you want more information. I apologize if I left you on hold. I try to get to everybody, but it just doesn't happen all the time. Call back Monday. We'll get you first up if we left you on hold. Thanks so much for listening, friends. We're going to finish up this little discussion on all disease is cell disease, trying to simplify the degenerative disease process on our next Bright Side episode. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, and sign up and join the team. Join the Bright Side Ben team. Help me in my mission to educate the world about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. You can call 866-735-2470 or click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com. We will talk to y'all later. Have a wonderful, beautiful, spectacular day. Bye for now.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Big business has discovered the preparedness market, and that makes it difficult to know where to go and who to trust. MyPatriotSupply.com is owned and operated by patriots just like you. Has the best prices on storable food, non-GMO seeds, water filtration devices, home canning equipment, survival and self-reliance books, and more. MyPatriotSupply.com has old-fashioned values and the absolute best customer service in the industry. Look for the deal of the day, unique, affordable survival supplies that fit anyone's budget. Get same-day shipping on all orders and free shipping on orders over $49. Call 866-229-0927, 866-229-0927, or visit MyPatriotSupply.com for emergency preparedness, self-reliance, and food independence. Shop with a name you know and a name you can trust. Before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare. MyPatriotSupply.com.